All right, we begin the first hour of Fox and Friends with this. This is unbelievable. Anti-Israeli protesters find the Hezbollah flag in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, the terroristic flag located in Lebanon. They're chanting also "Death to America" in a few languages while marching through the streets of various cities in America.
Protesters jamming up traffic for hours on the Brooklyn Bridge, some even burning the American flag. Look at that.
Meanwhile, on the other coast in San Francisco, 38 activists were arrested after shutting down the Golden Gate Bridge for almost 5 hours. Another group blocked several sections of the freeway around the Bay Area, brought the city to a grind.
And in Chicago, travelers heading to O'Hare International Airport were forced to drag their luggage down the highway after protesters completely blocked access to main terminal. 54 people were arrested there.
It's unbelievable that this is allowed to happen. I mean, this is a day. Also, it's not even a day in which, you could say that there was a bombing of relief workers in Gaza. This is a day in which 24 hours prior, the country of Israel was under attack and was taken out and blocked most of those missiles and rockets by fellow Arab nations led primarily by Israel itself, us about 80. And then you have Jordan and Saudi Arabia also playing a predominant role, as well as Egypt could have even played a role. But yet here in America, somebody's paying all these 20-something-year-olds to take the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah side, which is insane if you know the ethics and the values that don't exist in their organizations and in their countries, even for Iran.
Why?
What are they even thinking?
Why yesterday? It was tax day, and they did this in honor of tax day. These pro-Palestinian protesters in these cities disrupting the economic logistical hubs in hopes of sending a monetary message across our country. That's why Senators Marsha Blackburn and Tom Tillis have introduced this law to make it a federal crime to purposely obstruct public roads and highways. It's called the Safe and Open Streets Act.
Good for them. And we're going to talk to Speaker Mike Johnson about that coming up. What's interesting, though, is, and I think one of those screens shows the Golden Gate Bridge. 5 hours. They sat there for 5 hours, and the cops just looked at them. It is ridiculous. If somebody is blocking a road, just imagine, okay, there's the Golden Gate Bridge. Complete ground to a halt for 5 hours. How many people were in ambulances who had to go through areas where these people...
Or go to work, or pick up their kids.
Right. How many people on the pro-Palestinian side missed meetings or flights, and they are angry at what happened? They can understand it, but at the same time, it kind of backfired for people like that. So it took 5 hours to get them off the bridge. Meanwhile, down in Florida, by contrast, Florida traffic was stopped 15 minutes in downtown Tampa.
So sad.
Yeah, I know it. In Miami, some protesters were dragged off the streets by cops. On X, people in Florida said people who block traffic should be arrested. And also on X, somebody said, this is why Jesus invented tasers.
So I got a message.
Florida knows how to do it.
I got a message from a friend yesterday. He's a broker in Lower Manhattan, a Democrat, one of the people that said he would never vote for Donald Trump. And he texted me yesterday, and he said it was a college-age girl, and she said to him, all Jews should die. Guys, this is not the first protest where we've seen this. There were pro-Hamas flags right after the October 7th attack, and we know this because I went down there and covered it. They have been very clear on what they believe. Now, there is a segment of the people, the organizers are all pro-Hamas, but there are some kids there that are anti-American. They have been indoctrinated by the college professors. And I'm wondering, where are the parents that are paying for these? Do you know what your kids are doing out here? They don't like the country anymore. They hate Jews. There has to be a standard in America. And Brian, from my perspective, we're just itching for an attack. We have homegrown people that hate our country, and we're allowing them to be embedded within the program.
I want to hear these guys debriefed. I want to find out who's paying them. Obviously, they have no jobs. They're not in school. and they can feel as though they can block these roadways at 12. They're organizing. They have this chants. We saw in Chicago, they were going over how to say these chants in Farsi. So how you could ever take Iran's side in America when they've been the enemy of this country since 1979. The people of Iran hate their government, yet we like the Iranian government.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.